Good morning. We would like to show you something new today. This is the Nespresso Barista, and I've been using this to make my morning latte. Part of my New Year's resolutions was to go to Starbucks less frequently and save some money. So we got this little milk frother here, and I've really been enjoying it. So let me show you how it works. The first thing is you actually download an app on your phone and you select a few different menus that you can put on the actual barista. So if you see right there, it says latte macchiato, and that's one of my recipes that I put on here. A few of the other ones, latte art, that makes them really foamy, milk for the top of drinks, and you can actually scroll through. There's a few different ones here, but you can just put the ones that you do regularly on the barista, and then if you decide that you're not using one of them, you can just switch it out with something else. So latte macchiato is how I make my morning coffee, and you just take this little machine here, and inside there are 3 different milk levels, and your app will actually tell you the recipe for each coffee drink, and you put the milk that you're adding into it to one of the different levels depending on the recipe that you're using. So for the latte macchiato recipe, you actually put it to the second height in here, and that's actually really important to pay attention to. We'll show you a picture of what happens when you don't pay close attention to the height that you need to add to. You end up with a huge mess. And I really like caramel macchiatos, so that's why I use this one. So I'll also show you how I make my caramel macchiato. So you just push that button right there and it starts running the milk. And it's pretty quick, actually. But while that's running, I'll go ahead and add the other components to my latte. I have a lot of different latte recipes that I use, and I'll include those below. Some are like Starbucks hack recipes, and other ones are just ones that I've kind of created that I really like. So to do the caramel macchiato, I put 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla in here. And this is actually my Ember coffee mug. I'll actually do a separate review on that because I'm really enjoying this as well. So I actually use the caramel Hershey's syrup for the top of the caramel macchiato. I'll show you how I use that here in a second, but I found that that's really easy to use because it's pretty syrupy and not really thick. So anyways, we actually can't run both the espresso and the milk at the same time because it blows our circuit breaker. But I do one and then I'll switch over. I'll show you how we do our espresso. We don't actually have a Nespresso espresso machine. That's a tongue twister. We actually use an espresso machine that we already had to run our espresso shots. But I've heard good things about the espresso machines as well. So I think you could go either way, but that's kind of the nice thing about the barista is if you already have a way that you're making your espresso shots, this can just be an added way to make really, really good milk for those lattes. So just that it's done. So now I open it up like this, and you can kind of see inside here how frothy it is. The latte macchiato setting makes it pretty frothy. The latte art one is the frothiest I've tried so far. But then you just pour this into your cup like that, and you can kind of bring out the little inside part here, and that adds some of the frothiest milk. And this is really easy. I just rinse this out afterwards, so it's not like a huge thing to clean. And that's what the milk looks like right there. So it's really frothy milk. I have tried it with coconut milk and almond milk, and neither of those make nearly as frothy milk. The coconut milk really doesn't froth at all. The almond milk froths a little bit. This is actually whole milk, and the reason we have this is because we have a 2-year-old who still drinks whole milk, but it makes the best lattes. So if you're looking for really frothy milk, the fat content helps with that. So this is the espresso machine that we use. My parents went to Italy and they used this machine there and they loved it. So they bought us one for Christmas. But this is really, really easy to use. You actually just put the espresso beans and the water in the top here, and we use Starbucks espresso roast. And then you just push this button and it runs the shot for you. So it's super easy to use. It also has a milk frother, but the milk that it froths, it doesn't do nearly as good of a job as the Nespresso Barista machine does. And it's just a lot harder to use because you're trying to get this little pitcher in there correctly. And I've watched so many YouTube videos about the angle and all the different things that you need to do to make the milk frothy, and I just can't make it work. But this is just so user-proof. You know, you just literally push that button there to get your milk, that button there to get your espresso. And of course, you could use an espresso machine as well. We just don't have one. And if you guys are interested, we can always do a review on this espresso machine too. And so then I just take the espresso, pour it in the top. That's what makes a macchiato because it's marked, the milk right there. And this makes like the perfect amount for this little ember cup. It's only a 10-ounce cup, but it's a good size, especially if you're using whole milk, so you're not drinking 1,000,000 calories. And then I just put the caramel on the top like this. I like to make it fancy, pretend that I'm at Starbucks, you know. And that's it right there, and it's super delicious. And this cup keeps it really warm. I like it really warm. I keep it at the 145 degree temperature, which is the warmest you can keep the ember cup. But we'll do a separate review on the ember cup. It's pretty awesome. And that's the Nespresso Barista right there. We have a few other drinks that we make really regularly with it that we could do another video on, but we're really enjoying it. And if you're looking for a good milk frother, this one is a lot of fun to use with the app. And it's also just really user-friendly and makes beautiful foamed milk every time.
This is just a quick interruption from Mr. We Tried It. This is my wife's device. She really does like it. If you've looked at the Nespresso Barista before online or maybe in store, you've seen that it can make more than just lattes and different kinds of coffee. It can actually make what they call an iced nitro coffee, which we tried it. And we didn't love it. It makes a cold coffee, which sounds good, but we didn't care for the recipe on the app. You also see that it makes hot chocolate, which involves actually Nespresso chocolate that you put in there solid, and it melts it and turns it into chocolate. We haven't tried that exact recipe, but we've tried making other forms of hot chocolate with it. It works good, but some of the other stuff is fun. It's maybe fun to experiment with, but we didn't have great luck making all the other recipes that they had. What'd you think about this video? Did you love it? Well, if you did, give it the thumbs up, please. We are on a mission to help you spend your hard-earned dollar in the best, most efficient way possible. We're trying to find the best products for you that we like, that hopefully you like, that maybe can save you money. Please let us know what you think about this video. Give us a comment. If there's something else you want us to try, let us know. We hope to see you soon. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We hope to see you soon.